Well, good morning, guys. It's a brisk morning here, and look at what we just pulled out of storage. Bet you never saw one of these before. This is my one-of-a-kind Christmas tree loader. We built this a couple years ago. It's probably the single biggest thing I've ever built as far as equipment and fabrication. So what do I got? It is a 20-ton tandem axle wagon running gear. And I welded up a whole steel subframe to go on top of the running gear, and then on top of that I mounted a Farmy log loader with a grapple, and we use this for picking up Christmas trees. When they come off the baler, we stack them in piles, and then I drive along and just pick and load them on the wagon, and it works really well for us. We built it a few years ago. We were short on labor and had a lot of big trees. We knew going into the season we were going to have a lot of big trees to harvest, and the big trees are kind of a man killer. Nobody likes lifting them, throw them under the wagons. So I came up with this idea, and my dad and uncle had enough faith in me to write the check for the loader. It wasn't a cheap project by any means, but it's one of those things. Now that we have it, we find all kinds of different uses for it, and we started using it on more of our regular sized trees because labor's more and more of a problem for us all the time, finding guys that we can count on to work. So it's just one more machine that can kind of fill in the gap. So it's a pretty neat machine. We run it off of the tractor hydraulics. So it's kind of all runs off the tractor. So we tap power from the hydraulics, and that runs the whole thing. I've got these bunks here. Obviously we stack the trees up kind of just like hauling logs. We just fill the bunks and bring it back, and then we unload it here. We actually have a big grapple for our skid loader, and we unload it with that really quickly. So once we get into cutting Christmas trees, I'll show you how that works. It's really a pretty neat operation. But the project we're working on today, my dad and I just pulled this out of storage, and I greased it up, a whole tube of grease later. A lot of fittings on this between the wagon and the loader. So it's ready to roll. We're gonna go harvest a little firewood with it. We use a wood stove to heat our wreath room where the ladies make wreaths. And so we need a little bit of firewood here for the season. So we got some dead ash trees along the side of a road that are probably going to come down any day in the next storm anyway. So he just went down to start cutting. I'm going to go down there. We're going to fetch some ash with this, so I'll let you see it run a little bit. But I figured I'd give you a little quick overview here, and let's go put it to work a little bit. So we made it here. This stuff we're cutting is not going to be the nicest firewood in the world, but it's something, and trying to put it to good use. It's dead anyway. It should be nice and dry and burn nice. So let's climb up here. I'll show you what we got going on. Oh, even dried my seat off before I came down here. So the controls, we got our stabilizer legs, A-frame stabilizers that go down, and we got basically 4 joysticks for your boom and stick and grapple and rotation. This isn't like a Prentice loader that has like the treadle for your feet. I wish it was, but you do everything with your hands, which there's a learning curve to it, really, to make it sing. I'm probably gonna look like a fool here to start because I haven't run this in about 10 months. So it's like riding a bike, but you gotta get back into it. So I even have it wired up. I got a light switch here. We got boom lights because we have to work at night. So we're going to see if we can't grab that stick of ash out there. I'll put you guys up here on the boom so you can see what I'm seeing. I lucked out today. I'm up on the seat. My dad's down in the brush pounding it out. does have extend a boom, so I can extend out and grab stuff, which is nice. Probably have to cut that in half. Go ahead. So rotten, or not rotten, so dead all that bark wants to slip off. Do you have anything cut up there? You want to just pull me up there right away? A little rusty. Oop. All right. Knocking the dust off of it. It'll get broken in, but it's like riding a bike. It's not too bad. This is the best way to do it when you have a chauffeur. You just sit back here on the seat and let somebody pull you around. It's nice because there's no motor back here or anything. All the noise is from the tractor, so you kind of sit back here and it's actually pretty peaceful and quiet. Now, it's not for somebody that's afraid of heights, because that tractor is 10 foot and I'm sitting up above that. My seat's probably about an 11, so it probably puts my head up here about 14 foot. You're up in the sky, but I do have a seat belt if I need it. Let's grab our next piece here. Sorry, dropped you guys. Didn't even notice it fell off of there. Go ahead. So when we're harvesting Christmas trees, I've got two bunks here. I fill up the back bunk and the front bunk. And then the other thing I do, I put a hitch on the back of this. We actually put a whole second wagon behind me, and I can fill up 4 bunks. I guess you want that, and this one over here. Are you going to drop this one then? I don't know. That's going to come down on the road if we don't. While we're here, you might as well. me grab that little piece over there? Can we grab that little piece? So this looks like a fun machine to run. It actually is once you get the hang of it. It'll scare you pretty bad when you first start. You can really shake yourself up pretty good. But once you get the hang of it, it is fun for the first day. You run it 10 hours straight every day. It starts to get old. And that pretty much is a lot of times what happens for me. I'm the guy, I guess since I built it, I get to run it, and which is, I guess, kind of a curse in some ways, because it gets very old just picking and picking and picking all day long, running loads. But I guess there's worse things. Sorry, I dropped you again. Gonna have to find a better mount for up here. Yeah, that says 72. Yikes. And that wasn't even completely empty. That was a quarter tank. And in the time it took to do that, it started absolutely pouring here. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Just a little look at our log loader, which is a Christmas tree loader. You're going to be seeing a lot more of that. I can't wait to show you how we harvest Christmas trees here. Probably by the time you watch this video, we're going to be started. I'm running about 2 weeks behind here from when I film to when it shows. So if that's something you guys are interested in, make sure you subscribe and follow along here. I got a lot more neat stuff coming up. Hope you like this one, something a little bit different. Just our little take on an easy way to harvest some firewood. When you have the equipment to do it, you might as well use it. So I'm going to back this into a shed and keep it dry, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.